So today I'm going to make a Barbie house, just a room. I took any old box from Costco, taking my cutter and just cutting straight down the side, and I'm going to cut the front off. So just going to go down with an X-Acto knife basically, and just be careful. I did this in my kitchen, I wouldn't hurt anything. I measured 4 inches and I took spare cardboard and cut 4 strips of cardboard, and I proceeded to paint those white. For everything that I painted, I used Behr paint for the walls. So you can use any house paint, and I got a little roller. And what I did essentially was only painted the walls, left the floor because I'm going to cover the floor with wood. So the 3 walls were painted. And I used the roller, and you get as close as you can with the roller and go over all the walls. Then you take a brush and come in and get the corners and all the areas that the roller couldn't get close to. So just like you do the trim in your house. Of course, after doing that, you could do 1 coat. I chose to do 2 coats. I'm a little old school. I always do 2 coats in my house, even though it's 1 coat paint. And just go across with the roller evenly. I like doing with the roller instead of the brush the whole way because it spreads it so evenly and you don't see any brush strokes. And then just like you do in your house, you take a brush, and again, if I do 2 coats on the walls, then I do 2 coats on the trim. So you see that I go back through with the brush and do that 2nd coat, and you can tell it does need it. Okay, and that evens it all out. So now for my floors, I'm going to use wood floor. My mother recently had a wood floor installed in her house, so I took some of the pieces that were left, and they're lock and groove. It is solid wood, so it is very heavy. They fit together real nice, so I put the 2 pieces in, put the little grooves together. Then I took another piece and cut it for what's left in the room, so I did have to cut a small piece there. So the first one I cut, that one's pretty good. That's the 2nd one. I was a little better with the hacksaw. If you use a hacksaw, you can cut the wood. It takes time and patience. You have to be careful, go slow. The first piece I tried to go too fast and got it a little crooked, but the 2nd piece came out nice and straight, pretty straight. And then I just joined everything together, fit the floors together till they were even, and made a nice wood floor for the house. The next thing I did, I decided that I wanted to have a chair rail around the wall. So I took those 4-inch strips that I cut before, painted them with 2 coats of white paint, and then drew lines 1 inch apart, cut them to fit the sides of the wall, and put together some chair rail, which later I'll cut small strips to go across the top, paint those white to end, to be the actual chair rail. This is the clay that I used to make a fireplace and some vase to go in there. So the clay looks like this, and you just mold it together, and you mold whatever you want to. And of course, this is very rough. You could take your time and really do a great job with the clay. There's the chair rail, an example of the chair rail. And the clay's really neat to use because you can just bake it in the oven. It becomes hard, so you like making your own pieces. I use Grumbucker paint to paint these pieces. They're titanium white. And I painted each of the spindles that I'd made for the fireplace, and also the little vase that I made. And I did 2 coats on each of these, and this is also something I could have molded a lot nicer, so don't judge me on it. I did it quickly. It's still cute. It works for what I want. You'll see when it's all done. Put some little flowers in it. And make sure that you poke out that hole in the middle before you bake it. And this is the mantle that I made, and I'm going to hot glue it to the tops of the spindles, and I kind of hot glued it to the sides of the Barbie wall when I install it. And you may see the little slits I made along the front of the mantle there. I was trying to make it kind of decorative with a knife. So another thing you can do in the clay is make decoration in the clay. And if you want to take more time and do it right, you could really do some nice stuff. I just quickly tried to cut some slits. This is the strip that I cut for the chair rail. I'm now painting it white, doing 2 coats of white on it. And on the edge, because I'm going to put it forward onto it, that edge is going to show if you're looking down at the house to the top. So I tried to paint it white, and as an afterthought, I should have just molded out some thin clay and glued the clay to the top to make it smooth so you wouldn't see the corrugated part of the cardboard, but it's done now. If I did it again, that's what I would do. Okay, so you can see I've got the chair rail installed. I put the fireplace in, and what I did for the fireplace is I took a little miniature black canvas that I had and some smooth stones from my rock garden outside to make a hearth. Now I could have put the clay in between the hearth and baked this to really make it a nice hearth, but I just set the rocks down for this house, for this display. I'm really just using this to display how you can use the miniature paintings that I make. I did paint a little fireplace on it so that it would look a little more real. Okay, so now I'm going to try different furniture and pieces in the house to see what frames are going to go with what furniture the best. I have these two couches that I purchased in Saudi Arabia when I was over there teaching, and now I'm just trying to see which couch is going to look the best, and I found that this pink one actually looked the best out of everything. And then I'm trying the different frames to see what I want where. So I tried the silver round over the fireplace, and that seemed to look really good. And the pink goes well too because it matches with the couch. So it's kind of toss up between the two, and I ended up picking the round silver one. I just thought it was more appropriate with the type of style room I wanted. I really wanted that old-fashioned kind of elegant look to the Barbie house. So I did have to paint a small painting to go into that because I didn't have any round frames or round canvases like that square one there. That's a nice canvas wrap, gallery wrap, which you can just put on the wall without a frame, which I end up doing. Then I also have some of my framed art, and I'll put that up as well in the house. And I was trying maybe an American Eagle that I'd done, but I decided the frame didn't go well with the chair rail and the trim. Now I'm going to install some sconces, and this is really easy. I just found some old rhinestone earrings I had that look kind of like the shape of a sconce, and you can see I'm first poking a hole with my X-Acto knife for the earring to go through, and then the wire round part, you need to bend it a little closer. So you just pinch it with your fingers and bend it closer, so when you do put it through, that right there, see, I made it a little skinnier. When you do put it through, it stays close to the wall. Otherwise it sticks out and looks a little bit funny. You want it to stay as close to the wall as possible to really look like a sconce. So yeah, those look. Okay, so there's different ways that you can hang your paintings. This one, I just chose to use a glue gun and put it right on the wood frame and stuck it to the wall. And this one, I made a little hook and hung it. So let me show you how I did that. I'm going to hang another one over the fireplace. Just took any picture hanging things. I took the smallest one. See, I have a kit. Took the smallest one and one screw or nail. Okay, and I'm going to take a hammer and bang that in a little so it doesn't stick out as much. Okay, so this is going over the fireplace. So if I put this here, now that this is going to be about there. So I want it to be, well, it just barely fits actually. Okay, so I know I have to put this fairly close to the top. So what I want to do is get a hole started. Okay, so I finally got it on with a lot of tries. So you can see I got the picture frame to hang over the over the mantle, and I added a couple little features where jewelry things that I had that I glued the cameo so it sticks to the wall and doesn't fall down, and the little black rose is just a pin that I had for little trinkets on the mantle. You could add more little things that you can find, little bottles and things. So I think that came out pretty good, pretty cute. And then I also added some other features around the room. I put sconces on each side of the couch, some real Barbie china that I had, and now what I want to do is focus on that vase that I made over there in the corner. I am going to paint on it to match the china. So The china, actually, those pieces have flowers on it, but on the tray, and this is real china, it's really cute, there's a painting on there that I want to replicate onto the vase. So I did that with Grumbucker acrylic paint again. So here is the finished living room. That's one of my little Barbie bedside lamps. Actually, I'm using it in the living room. One of her little hats. Ended up putting the canvas wrap over the couch and some flowers in my newly painted vase, which matches the tray. And a little bench with the framed art I ended up putting over that bench. I felt it went well, the color of the frame with the bench, and it went well with the white and yellow walls too. So this is the final product, and I'm going to use it at an art show to display how you can use some of the mini paintings, use them as gifts for little girls, for their Barbie houses, or even for desktops, friends at work. You can give them the paintings to sit on their desk. Also, you could use them as gift tags. Some of the flatter ones you could use instead of a gift tag, so that's a real special way to customize a gift to someone special because they are hand painted. So it's a really unique style gift. So you can see how cute it is. I'm really pleased with it. There's a few things I would change. You can see that flower fell off and I had to glue that back on later, so that's back where it should be on the couch. But yep, I hope you enjoyed it, and contact us if you would like to purchase any miniature framed art, or if you'd like to have any special made for a special occasion or a special person that you have in mind. Okay,